to be the leader right now in the sport. He's the president of sports and event programming of Showtime Networks. He is Steven Espinoza.
Thank you, Brian. 7 years really does fly by. Before we get to the pay-per-view undercard, just one quick reminder of a special attraction before the pay-per-view. Boxing's longest running champion, Adonis Stevenson, is taking on undefeated challenger ORTIZ-KAUFFMAN. They'll be live from Quebec City, 4:45 p.m. Pacific, that's 7:45 Eastern, on Showtime, and available for free on the Showtime Facebook page and the Showtime YouTube channel. A bonus fight before the pay-per-view for all of our fans, trying to make this a big day of boxing, and a big day of boxing it will be. And that's one of the sort of dangers of pay-per-view. When we've got such a massive main event, sometimes it gets easy to overlook some really quality fighters and quality fights on the undercard. And certainly Stevenson versus Vodzik, which will be available again to everyone, it certainly fits that bill. Then we're moving into the pay-per-view card. The co-feature, IBF WBA champion Jarrett Hurd, his first fight since unifying, taking on British Commonwealth champion Jason Wellborn. When we talk about Jarrett Hurd, he's a fighter who has seemingly come out of nowhere, and with an incredibly rapid rise to the top. He was not a decorated amateur. He has learned on the job. He burst on the scene with a signature win against Oscar Molina on CBS network. That was on the undercard of Thurman Porter. And all he has done since then is impress and impress and impress. And he is recognized as one of the bright young stars in boxing. He has been off due to injury. We'll hear more about that. Certainly could have taken an easier fight to Jason Wellborn, who is a British Commonwealth champion, also has campaigned at middleweight as well. So we're expecting an action fight there. Then, going in reverse order, Luis Ortiz, one of the top heavyweights in the world, one small blemish on his otherwise perfect record, 29-1, 25 KOs, and that one blemish was a loss this past March to Deontay Wilder. And perhaps Ortiz was just seconds away from victory. We talk about a slim margin in some fights. That was the slimmest of margins. And I think he is going to be trying to make a statement on the undercard that he deserves a rematch against Deontay Wilder. Standing his way will be Travis Kaufman, a veteran, 32-2, 23 KOs. So again, another all-action fight filled with KO punches. In our opening fight, special treat, one of the most talked about rising young heavyweights in the sport, 2016 Olympic silver medalist Joe Joyce, taking on tough veteran Joe Hanks. Joe Joyce made his US debut earlier this year. He's 6-0 with 6 KOs. And as we know, the heavyweight division has become the focus, much more so in the last 6 to 9 months than we've seen in the last couple of decades. And certainly Joe Joyce is top of the list on the potential next wave of future stars. He's certainly not wasting any time. In his 7th fight, taking off a veteran, Joe Hanks, you know, there's a lot of talk about how quickly fighters like Anthony Joshua have moved and others. Well, Joe Joyce is right there with him. To be taking on a fighter of Joe Hanks' caliber and experience in just his 7th pro fight is very impressive. And that speaks volumes for what his promoter, Ringstar Promotions, thinks of his talent. So if we look at this card overall, you've got some of the biggest punchers in boxing, the most exciting fighters. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw several knockouts on that card. We'll hear more from the fighters in just a moment. But again, don't miss the action starting on Showtime and on our social media pages, 4:45 Pacific. And then the pay-per-view, of course, 6 p.m. We'll see you there.
Well, let's hear from the fighters. Gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you. When I introduce you, I'd like for you to come on up, give a few statements. Let's start here to my left. You heard Steven talk about him. Joe Hanks started his career with 21 straight wins. Fights out of Newark, New Jersey. Goes by the name Jersey Joe Hanks.
How you doing, everybody? First, I want to start out with saying thank my team, thank my family, thank everybody that's coming out showing some support. It's a long time coming. You know, thanks to all my fans back in Jersey, back in Newark and Irvington, all my people back in Brick City, all my fans out here in LA. I'm excited to be on this card. It's great heavyweights. Great time to be a heavyweight, so I'm ready to put my name in, put my name in the hat to get out here and do something special. So, you know, I'm ready.
And his opponent, unbeaten, Olympic silver medalist, made his U.S. debut in September. 6 pro fights, 6 knockouts. He's the juggernaut, Joe Joyce.
Yeah, hi everyone. Good morning. Yeah, I'm just excited to be on such a massive card and just to, give the whole world who's watching a treat on such a big event. And yeah, stay tuned and watch me start off the show on Saturday night.
So the main event, heavyweights, we'll begin the night with heavyweights. And of course, the second fight, you'll see more heavyweights. You wanted to talk about a tough competitor in the heavyweight division. This young man, 32-2. 23 knockouts. He is coming off a victory. Scott Alexander in May. I love that his nickname says it's my time. Here's Travis Coughlin.
How's everyone doing? First of all, I want to thank God, my team, Team My Time, of course, Al Heyman, Luis Ortiz for accepting the fight because he could have fought anybody. Well, no, he couldn't afford anybody because everybody's afraid to fight him. I'm not afraid to fight nobody. One thing we know about Luis Ortiz is he could fight, he could punch, and one thing about me is I don't give a fuck. I come to fight, and like my name says, it's my time. I come from a very rough city, a very rough background, and there's nothing that's going to stop me from taking this man. He's trying to stop me from feeding my kids. It's my job to stop me from feeding his kids. So, he's so worried about fighting Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder already fucked him up. He got to worry about me. He got to stop worrying about Deontay Wilder and everyone else. He got to worry about me. He got a real killer in front of him. You guys don't know who I am, but you will know Saturday night, and I promise that.
I tell you what, certainly don't want to miss that on Showtime pay-per-view. These cats gonna put some paws on one another. He'll be fighting one of the top 5 ranked heavyweights in the world. This will be his 3rd fight of 2018. This is a guy who fought Deontay Wilder. That was already a contender for Fight of the Year. He's known as King Kong. His name, Luis Ortiz. Herman Concedo will be his translator.
I have nervous cuando I talk. Le doy gracias a Dios una vez más por la oportunidad.
Hello. He wants to thank everybody for the opportunity, and he gets a little nervous up on the podium. Rather be in the ring.
Sé que mi respeto a mi contrincante está aquí, a él, a su team. Y yo sé que él viene a hacer su trabajo, yo vengo a hacer el mío.
he wants to thank Travis, his team, and everyone for number one, stepping up. A lot of heavyweights haven't, and he knows that he's coming to do his job. This is his championship fight, as he expects nothing different. But he's coming to do his job as well, and it's not going to go well for Travis Saturday night.
Pero esta pelea vengo diferente. Estoy contento de volver a venir a Los Ángeles.
He says this particular fight is a little more special. He's happy to be here again. There's a scenario with his daughter that has opened up, and he's very happy to be here this time around.
Y voy a hacer mi trabajo. El trabajo es rápido. Son pocos minutos los asaltos y voy a hacer lo que yo sé hacer, es tirar piñazos.
He says that there is 10 rounds to get the job done and 3 minutes per round to get the job done. So whether it's in the first or in the 10th, his job will take place, and he will do his job, which is always try and knock out, seek, destroy. And so, he's coming to do his job, and he hopes that Travis is prepared and he comes to do his as well, so we can make an exciting fight out of it.
Thank you, Showtime, a Jaime, a mi team, y it's Saturday night.
Thank you very much to Showtime. Thank you to Al Heyman, his team, and obviously the fans of LA, and Saturday night, you'll see King Kong.
Let's get to our co-main. Coming to the podium now, this man will be making his U.S. debut. He is the former British middleweight champ, and he's won 5 straight fights. Here's Jason Wellborn.
Just want to say thanks for the opportunity from every side. Obviously from Showtime and Swift Team giving me the opportunity to fight for a world title. It's a dream come true for to be where this man is today. So obviously he's come from small bills and done what he's got to do, and he knows how hard it is to get where he's got to get. And obviously he's in my way. I'm coming here for a good performance and a good win, and just being here as a winner today. And I hope you all enjoy what I've got to bring to the table Saturday night. Thanks for all the friends, family, Team Wellborn, and believe what they've got in me like that. I'm born and bred for this game, and I'm going to show Saturday night. Thank you. Thank you.
And his opponent, one of the most exciting fighters in the sport of boxing. You talk about punches, all action. This young man is the unified IBF WBA 154-pound champion, coming off that win over Arislandi Lara in April. It is the leading candidate right now and contender for the 2018 Fight of the Year. Unbeaten, 15 knockouts. He has stopped 8 of his last 9 opponents. He is swift, Jarrett HURD.
Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne.
I wouldn't feel right unless I came off stage without saying that. But now, on a serious note, first of all, I want to thank God. I want to thank Al Heyman for this opportunity. Everything we spoke about came to pass, man. Here I am fighting on the co-main event of a big, massive card with Wilder versus Fury. And, thank you to my team, Martin Gibson, Ernesto, my trainer, and my parents for believing me, for getting me where I'm at today. And y'all, as y'all can see, man, out here in LA, the storm is out here. I brought the storm with me. On a serious note though, man, I want to send my prayers out to the families and the victim, the survivor of the wildfire here. The reason I say that, man, because I wanted to be a firefighter myself at one point, when For me putting that on hold to pursue this career in boxing, you know, that just crossed my mind. So I just want to send my prayers out to them. And you know, Saturday night, man, I want to show my versatility. You know, everybody has seen one part of the name, which is the light. I'm electrified, man. Everybody has seen that I bring the action all times, man. But I want to show the rest of the name. I want to show that I am swift. I want to show that I do have defense. I do have the height. I do have the range. And I can be swift, man. So make sure you guys tune in. It's still going to be action-packed, baby. And you already know I'm bringing the storm today. Saturday night is going to be an even bigger one. And make sure you guys tune in. It's Mr. Get That Bang. Yeah.
Some of the best hair in boxing as well. I like it. All right, let's hear from the fighters. Let's start with the first fight of the night on television, on pay-per-view, Showtime pay-per-view. And Joe, 21 straight wins is what you started your career off with. You've sparred a number of rounds with some great heavyweights. You've been in the ring with Wilder, Klitschko, Povetkin. You've sparred with all these guys. You know, the narrative has been that when you've stepped up in competition, you haven't gotten the victory. How do you change that narrative Saturday night?
Honestly, the work is done. I did all the work. I did all the things that I didn't do for those fights, and I made sure I got them done this fight. You know, being the, you know, quote unquote the underdog doesn't really mean much to me. You know, I'm from a place where, you know, all of us are underdogs, so this means nothing to me. I've done the work. I spent the time in strength and conditioning, my coach, my team, my family, everybody's been supporting me, pushing me, making sure I do this thing, so that should help get me over the hump, and I'm just really excited.
Joe, only 6 fights. What does it mean to you to be fighting on such a big stage Saturday night where basically people, not only here in the States, but across the world, will get a chance to see your skills?
I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I have to thank my management team, S-Jam, Richard Schaefer, Al Heyman, Abel Sanchez for getting me ready for this position, and I'm just gonna show everybody my skills, and also I'd like to thank JOYCE-HANKS for stepping up, and I'm just excited to just lace them gloves on and get the party started.
You've knocked out everyone they put in front of you on Saturday night. Is this a fight that goes the distance, or does the streak continue?
I'm going to say the streak's going to continue. We'll just have to wait and see. But I guarantee that it'll be exciting.
We go to the next fight. More heavyweights. Travis, I love your confidence. Luis has been a guy who's been called the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. Not a lot of guys have wanted to fight him. A number have avoided him. Why do you want this challenge?
As soon as I got the call, the challenge accepted. They call him the boogeyman. Boogeyman looks under his bed looking for me at night. I'm not scared of nobody. My dad beat my ass worse than Luis Ortiz ever will. So, the point is this, man. He is very, very skilled. But if you want to be the best in the world, you got to fight the best. And Luis Ortiz is definitely one of the best. You got guys like Dylan White or those guys over in England who say they want to fight Luis Ortiz, but they don't really want to fight him. They just talk all that shit. I stepped up to fight. And one thing about me, like I said, my name speaks for itself. My time, it's my time, and I really believe that. They look at me and they see, this fat white kid, but I bring some heat. I come to fight. You got to kill me to stop me. And that's just how I fight. It's either kill or be killed, and that's how I fight. And that's just what it is.
Luis, Travis knows he defeats you. All of a sudden, he jumps up to the front of the line for one of those guys in a major title fight. What's your motivation Saturday night?
Luis, que Travis ganándote el sábado, él sube a los primeros del mundo para una oportunidad, para un título para él. ¿Qué te motiva a ti para pelear con él el sábado?
Es una oportunidad más para seguir. Todas las guerras tienen sus ventajas y yo no lo voy a aprovechar. Todavía King Kong no ha perdido su sueño.
He says that, of course, that's what he expects, and that's what he expects.
Basically, I'm buzzing just to be here. So at the end of the day, Saturday night, I've just got to do what I deserve and get what I want.
So if you know the question's gonna come, you know you got a tough competitor Saturday night, but I know a number of boxing fans wanna know, in 2019, will we see Swift Jarrett Hurd against Jermell Charlo?
No disrespect to you, Jason Wellborn, but Jermell Charlo, I got the date, baby. See you 2019.
You got the date, Brian.
And it leads to this. Do you think he's overlooking it?
Well, through the sound of his voice, I think he should take a record label out, man. But at the end of the day, he can look past all he wants, but when he feels the power of what I'm going to bring to the table, let him see if he can get through that. So, whatever he does, I wish him all the best in his career, but just think of Saturday night first, and by all means, he can look who he wants in his team then, but at the end of the day, I'm ready. So, whatever your man's got to bring to the table, let's go.
Champ, we'll wrap it up with this. What should we expect Saturday night? You've stopped 8 of your last 9 opponents. You're always exciting. What should we expect Saturday night when you get in the ring with Jason Wellborn?
Like I said, man, everyone knows that I'm always excited. It's always going to be action-packed, no matter what style I bring. Just tune into a wonderful fight. It's going to be a wonderful card. I'm bringing the storm like always. And just make sure, man, don't blink.
So there you have it. Showtime pay-per-view Saturday night. It all begins at 9 o'clock Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. It is a 4-fight event. You do not want to miss it. We're going to have some face-offs here, and we'll go by fight. So, co-main first. Jason, champ.